Do you know a liar, you personally, or have you ever been a victim of somebody else's lying about you? Hello, this is Brian from Troubled Waters. Let's talk about it. So, why does God detest lying? Why does He detest lying so much? Point number one I want to make with you tonight is in Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. It's number 9. It's almost funny. I can't keep a straight face. It's number 9 on the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor. Now, yes, the context in a legal court, but you look overall, holistically speaking, you don't lie. You don't do that. So, point number one is it's in the 10 Commandments. Point number 2, God absolutely detests it. And I want to talk about that this morning on this absolute beautiful Friday morning. So if you would just spend a couple minutes with me, let's unpack this. Absolutely going to be an absolute beautiful day. 72 degrees for the high. But lying, just like the beauty of this day, can really destroy. It can undermine. So how does God feel about it? I want to read John chapter 8 verse 44 for point number 3. This is how God feels about lying. He associates it with Satan. That's how bad it is. That's why I want to talk. Give me 2 minutes to unpack this. It's going to be a quick one today, a quick discussion, but a very, very, very important discussion. So, point 1, God detested. Point number 2, it's number 9 on the 10 Commandments. I get tickled on that one. It's that bad. Point number 3, God associates lying with Satan. So look at John 8:44 with me. Okay, so he's talking to the Pharisees. I'm actually going to start verse 43. Why do you not understand my speech? And this is Jesus talking. Because you're not able to listen to my word. You are of your father, the devil, and the desires of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it. So, backstory on that. How many of us have told a lie? If you look in Genesis, the first 9 chapters, how many of those godly people told a lie? Doesn't make it right, doesn't justify it. What has God called us to do? Real quick, He's called us to be candlestands, to put His Son on display, so that the world sees Jesus Christ, not me, not Brian. But what happens when I tell even a small lie? What's the whole objective of what I'm trying to do? Here's the punchline. I'm trying to make a connection with you. I'm trying to put Jesus on display. But if I'm deceiving you through a subtle lie, and what is a lie by definition? Lies are protector mechanisms of self-worship. I'll say it again. Lying is a form of self-worship protection. If I'm called to make a connection with you, I'm called to represent Christ. And what are the 2 main attributes of Jesus Christ? Honesty and truthfulness. Honesty and truthfulness. I can't deliver on honesty and truthfulness and hold up Christ if my heart, even subtly, even in a subtle sense of the nature of my identity, because what I'm doing is eroding trust the trust that you have. And if I can't make that connection with you, there's no trust. There's no trust. There's no Christ. There's no belief. So think about that one. And I'm not preaching to you. I'm preaching to myself. It's frustrating to see because from a little bit of backstory, from a humanistic perspective, I don't think it's a big deal if I can get away with this. What am I trying to protect? I'm not giving you the facts. And in order for me to represent Christ, I have to be honest and truthful. What do? Think of this. If you don't get anything else out of this, we have diets because there's certain foods we're not allowed to eat. So we go on a Mediterranean diet, a keto diet, a paleo diet, because it gives us a fulfillment of being in the truthful sense of the foods for our bodies that are designed for who we are. In other words, we're eating foods by a Mediterranean diet because there's other foods we're not allowed to eat. Our doctor says you can't eat sugar, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. God, if you read the instruction manual for the life that Jesus Christ lived and expects you and me to live, there's certain things we can't do. And if we're making a connection to Jesus Christ through this book, we can't just give lies, even subtle lies. So like a paleo diet and a Mediterranean diet, it helps us to eat and to be healthy. So why not, if you and I have an issue or we're prone or we know somebody who's prone to stretching it, even subtle misrepresentations of truth, number one, God's called that out as a sin. He detests it. It's in the 10 Commandments and it's associated with Satan. So how do you get around that? A and a B. A, you're truthful, honest and truthful. Honest is the way you deliver truth. Jesus said in John 14:6, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Truth just means it's an accurate sense of your reality. You're given a reality that's accurate. You're given truth, facts. Honesty is the way you give those truth and facts. It's the way you bridge and build a connection with others. So I hope this helps. If you or I have a problem telling the truth, substitute, just like a paleo diet or a Mediterranean diet, substitute honesty and truth for self-worship. It takes you out of the equation and it slaps Jesus Christ right in the elevated position that we want the world to see him, not me. So I hope this is that you see benefit out of it. Please, I just ask that you like it, give it the thumbs up, and share. Go out, make this a great day, but above all, make it a godly day. Go out, be blessed.